Hello everybody, it's Murialda here again, and no one is watching, woohoo! But anyways, welcome back to episode 20 of Let's Browse, woohoo, yeah! So as I'm sure you may notice, I most likely sound very different. I decided to go out and buy a headset with a different microphone, I think it'll work out better eventually, but like I said, I know I sound different. And so we have some suggestions this week, and the suggestions were fairly tame, so we are going to do a non-age restricted stream. Yay, so anyone can watch. It's not to say that the figures aren't necessarily naughty, but they're not naked. So anyways, let's get to browsing. So the first one comes from Eric Diaz, which actually put in his suggestion at the very end of last week's stream, and I didn't catch it in time, so we kind of missed it. So yay. And Milo is upset because I'm talking to no one. So let's go ahead and full size this one. So Eric Diaz's suggestion was Abarai Renji from Bleach by Sume. It's a 1/6 scale figure and is a polystone, and it came out April 27th of 2015, and there was no listed prices. List price 369 euros, so yeah, pretty damn expensive. But I mean, it is polystone and everything. And it's Sume, so Sume, I believe, is usually pretty high quality. I've never watched Bleach. I don't know what any of the characters or anything. I don't necessarily even know what it's about, but it is what it is. So I guess it's like fighting and ninjas and stuff like that, and bones. So Renji looks like some fur on his shoulders. He's got like a snake type thing with a mane on it. And yeah, woohoo. Don't know anything about him. He's got like a skull on his shoulder. He's got a headband and some crazy red hair. And he looks to be standing on a sandy base, which is kind of nice. The whatever this is, excuse me, kind of looks a little fakeish. So doesn't really match like his fur coat or anything like that. So yay. He's got kind of, a battle face on, so And yeah, not a figure I'm really interested in, but it doesn't look bad or anything. The detailing looks pretty good on it. Nice sculpting and everything. But like I said, not a figure that I'm really interested in. Not interested in Beach, not interested in guys. So if you like it, looks to be good. But polystone is fragile, so if you order it, it's expensive and it's likely to break. So yay. So anyways, that was Eric Diaz's suggestion. So we will move on to the next one, which is Arrow Manga Sensei. And I still can't believe no one is watching. Completely different than last week. Woohoo! So anyways, Arrow Manga Sensei. He has some suggestions this week, and they're very different from the ones from last week. So the first one, I may have talked about before at some point in time. I don't really know. But this is Lo Shenhua from Chaos Dragon. 1/8 scale figure by Good Smile Company. And now we got a couple people watching. So Lo is 1/8 scale. She is supposed to come out, what is today? Today is the 15th, so she came out yesterday. So yay. People, if you ordered her, you probably got some bills, some invoices. Don't really see anyone. They're talking about shipping. So I guess she is out. But Chaos Dragon was kind of a crappy show. And when I call something crappy, it's typically crappy. But anyways, Lo was one of the best characters on it. She's kind of crazy. And this figure definitely catches my eye. The coloring looks very good on it. But I'm afraid that it's like an effect of Photoshop and not the actual figure itself. So maybe once the user pictures start coming out, we'll have a little bit better idea if she really looks like this. I'm not a fan of the Demon Skull base. I'm not a fan of skulls in general, but a lot of figures and sculptures and stuff have them. So you got to deal with what you got to deal with. She has her sword, which is a demon sword that talks to her and tells her to kill things and suck their blood and whatever. But yes, very bright red, eye-catching clothing, like on her stomach and her knees. So she looks good. She's got that little crazy look in her eyes and the crazy smile. So yay, there is that. From the back, not a lot there. The coffin is actually the case that she carries her sword around in, and it's got a strap and some little metal designs on it. And there is her sword. It is supposedly the most beautiful thing, and people, when they see it, they go crazy and want to steal it from her, and she kills them. So yay. And there's a good shot of the demon skull base. Lots of detail in there. Definitely a lot of detail. And I just noticed that her toes have long, ugly blades on them. So you don't want to get kicked by that. That would hurt. She's got nice boobs, nice crazy face. Looks good. Lots of detail. This skull is very crushed, but it was filled with like concrete or something. So skulls usually aren't like that. And she's got a little bit of booty going on. Not a whole lot from this angle. But yeah, she looks good. I'm probably not going to pick it up. But if you're interested in her, Good Smile is a very good company. And she looks, like I said, she looks good. Very eye-catching, especially if the colors do pop like that in real life and not Photoshop. So we'll have to see. And her price was pretty high at 16,481 yen. So yeah, that is a pretty expensive figure. So yeah, like I said, I'll be passing on it, and OBS is complaining. Pink CEO, this is from Chaos Dragon, Lo Shenfa. So yeah, like I said, it's a pretty crappy anime, but I made it all the way through, so yay. So the next one that Manga Sensei was asking about is Kato Megumi from Saikano, or however you say that. How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. 1/7 scale by Good Smile Company. And yeah, she is supposed to come out today and is priced at 9,074 yen. So yay. Megumi, not best girl. That is reserved for Utaha. But she is still pretty awesome, especially when she starts, asserting herself in the second season. So yeah, this one, not really interested in, but she still looks good. The dress is kind of a little bit too puffy for my taste. Some people have mentioned that she looks a lot like my Mishima Haruna figure that I got, only with like shorter hair, and it makes sense because they're both drawn by Kurihito Misaki, and I love his artwork. And she has her little hat that inspires the whole story on her fluffy base. Very white theme to her, but her red jacket does pop out, so it's something to focus your eyes on. Not a very exciting pose, but I mean it fits Megumi perfectly because she's not a very exciting girl most of the time. But she does some cool things. She's got a little bit of purple highlight at the tips of her hair and kind of a blank expression on her face. And she has some collarbones going. This is a pretty poor picture. And can't quite see up the skirt yet. Probably have to wait for user pictures to come out for that. And there she is with the other Saikano girls. We got Eriri and you got Utaha. Utaha, best girl. Gotta accept that. Although I'm not a fan of these figures either. I don't think them being in their state of undress is really appropriate for the show. Not that it's completely prudish, but yeah. They still look good, but it's not quite to my taste. So now we get to the actual official pictures. I'm just looking. I'm trying to see if she actually shows off any cleavage. And they're not giving me that angle. So she has toes. Yeah, she is showing off a little bit of cleavage and bra. So yay, there is that if you like that aspect of it. The lines look clean. Like I said, Good Smile is a very good company, so she is going to be high quality. And the price was not bad. So yeah, if you're a fan of her, as long as you like Utaha as well, I'll let you get her. So the next one Manga Sensei was asking about is Tobi-ichi Origami from Date Alive. 1/8 scale figure from Griffin Enterprises. This one came out January 30th of 2014 and was MSRP'd at 10,500 yen at the time. And she is freaking expensive now, almost $400. So yeah, she definitely shot up in price. She is by Griffin, and Griffin does, at least in the past, has had its reputation. So I don't know exactly how its quality is. She's got an 8.89 rating, but only rated 9 times. So it looks to be decent enough ratings. But like I said, not a lot of ratings, and not a lot of people actually own her. Hi, David Marquez. Yeah, so let's look at Origami's pictures. So she is in her AST outfit, and she has her sword, and yeah. Not really the biggest fan of this figure. I don't think it looks the greatest. The proportions kind of seem a little bit off, but we'll still go through it. Her armor has some detail in there. It's very glossy. And it looks to be like on her shoulders at least, like a little bit of a clear plastic, so you can kind of see through it a little bit. The facial expression looks kind of crappy. She's got like a little pout on her face. And the boobs, they're there, but I don't think they've shaped them very well. They don't really fill out her outfit very well either. They don't really match with it. Her sword looks okay. Looks to have a little bit more detail in the handle than the rest of her uniform. The feet kind of seem a little bit long. Meh. But, I mean, overall, at least the official pictures don't look horrible. And I know a lot of people love Origami. She has some very interesting personality quirks. So, at least someone actually made a figure of her. Let's see, there's some user pictures. Let's see if maybe she looks okay in them compared to the official ones. Let's see if we can find a good full body shot. Not really. So we'll click on this one. Yeah, she looks okay, but yeah, not a figure I'm really interested in. So the next one that Manga Sensei asked about is Purple Heart from Hyperdimension Neptunia, a 1/7 scale figure by Wing. And this one came out originally July 10th of 2014, and then she got re-released December 21st of 2015. And she was MSRP'd at 17,800 yen. And this is the frickin' figure that started it all and flipped my switch and got me into collecting. I own her. I love her. Purple Heart, best girl. Best Heart, Best Goddess, Best CPU, yes. Has a rating of 9.34, which I disagree with. I rated her 10. And I got her original release. So yes, let's look at some official pictures of her. So yay, there she is. And like I said, this is I had 2 figures before Purple Heart, but this is the one that got me into collecting. I love Purple Heart. I was looking around for things and I saw her and I'm like, I want to buy her. So I bought her and she flipped the switch. So yeah, one of the unique things about this figure is her crotch levitation. Basically, she is held up by a little support under her crotch. She has lots of CPU unit parts. And yeah, I mean, it's Purple Heart. She looks great. She is a pain in the ass to assemble. But she is still pretty good. I hate to say it, but I broke one of the support rods for one of her shoulder pieces. But it is what it is. I glued it together. So yes, there she is. And there she is, a little bit of a close-up face. So one thing I will say is in the official pictures, her hair is much more purple than in the actual figure. The hair is much lighter and like whiter, but she is still good. She is pretty damn good. Here she is without all of her processor unit parts, and it's kind of not as impressive. You definitely need all the extra pieces on there. And her base is freaking huge. So yay. There she is from the back. She has an ass of a goddess. That's all I can say. And I love her wings. I love how they wing made them out of the clear plastic. So I think it worked really good on her. So yes, I definitely highly recommend this one. If you don't want this one, you can buy the Alter one, which is coming out maybe in August, which I have ordered as well. There is the next purple, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, which I know one of you have bought. Yeah, so yes. And, you know, if we look at the user pictures, 99% of these are from me. But yes, she is pretty damn good. And if you want, you can go and watch my unboxing video of her, so yay. So anyways, yes, buy her, love her, moving on. So the next one is Samus Aran from Metroid, Other M, with a baby Metroid, by Good Smile Company and Max Factory. And she came out May 10th of 2016. Yes, Blackheart is a pain in the ass to assemble as well, especially her wings. But if you take your time, you can do it. So Samus's price, MSRP, was 8,796 yen. And she's had quite a few different releases. So she originally came out July 11th of 2012. And she has decent ratings, 9.17, and rated a lot of times, 323 times. And a lot of people own her. So yeah, I guess Samus Aran is popular. So let's look at her pictures. So right off the bat, I'm going to just come out and say this. I'm not the biggest fan of her face. It kind of seems a little like long in the face, and the eyes are too small. She has some very long legs, very shiny blue, and yeah, she has a gun and a baby Metroid. And it looks like she has a little mole on her cheek, on her chin, and her lipstick kind of shows a puffy lip line. Very green eyes. Some nice detail in the hair, kind of a little bit shiny though. And she has a turtleneck suit on, so it's definitely coming up high on her. So yeah, I mean, she doesn't look bad or anything. It's not the typical anime style. Once again, she's coming from a game, so it's more of a, game style figure. But like I said, I know a lot of people love Samus, and she's not a bad character. I never really got into the Metroid series. I played the original one a little bit and just, it never really stuck on me. She does have quite a booty on her, which is nice. Yes, definitely a nice booty. And you can see lots of detail in her back, lots of muscles and everything showing, and a nice spine line. And the gun has some good details on it. And there is the baby Metroid with a different figure of Samus in the actual power suit. So yeah, she looks okay. Not a figure for me. Let's see if we scroll down. Maybe we can see. Yeah, her price has gone up a bit. It's still not horrible. So yeah, if you like her, you can get her. Don't know if she's available or anything, but whatever. So the last one that Manga Sensei was asking about is Albedo from Overload. Overlord. Why can I not say that? Overlord. And she is manufactured by Good Smile Company. And she is supposed to come out in December. And she is MSRP'd at 16,296 yen. And I think that's kind of expensive. Just my initial impressions. I'm probably not going to get this one, but we'll look at her. Albedo is kind of awesome. And I do think this is a better figure than some of the other ones they have put out of her. So she has lots of details going on in her wings. You can see the individual feathers and all the little lines in them. She has a little spider web type thing on her chest. And she has some horns. And, listful expression on her face. And a nice long dress and some sandals and a broken pillar base. And she has some teeth and slit eyes. So, honestly, the face doesn't really look like Albedo. Overall, it does look like her, but the face is kind of a little bit off, in my opinion. And you can see she has a little bit of a forward lean on her, so they're going to have to do some magic to have the support and have her stable, but Good Smile, good company. I'm sure they'll do just fine. And I'm sure over time, she'll probably have a metal skeleton, so she won't actually be a leaner. Not thirsty enough, huh? But anyways, looks like her hair fades to a translucent plastic at the tips. But yeah. You can see some nice side boob going on there and some armpit. Some people love the armpits. Yeah, I don't like how the hair fades to the clear white plastic. If they had kept a little bit of the brown and black going on through there, I think it would have looked better. And not the biggest fan of all the ruffles on her outfit. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything, but still looks good. And she's got a little bit of a covered booty and butt crack going on back there. So yeah, I know a lot of people love this character. She was pretty awesome in the show. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to pass on her. So yay, have a wallpaper. So our next suggester is Just Moe. Let's see what Just Moe has suggested. Ah, yes. Now I remember. So we are going to start off with Poi versus Poi, the poining. So yes, Just Moe is asking about which Udachi should he buy. This one by Good Smile or this one by Broccoli. So the Good Smile one, in case you don't know, they're both from Kantai Collection. The Good Smile one is 1A scale figure. She came out in March 28th of 2017 and was priced at 15,556 yen. And the Broccoli one, also 1A scale figure, And she came out February 23rd of 2017 and was priced at 13,800 yen. So a little bit cheaper, but just glancing through these thumbnail pictures, I'm going to initially put my money on this one, the Good Smile one. But let's look at her pictures. So she has lots of flame effects going around on her, and she has some torpedoes in her hand with little shark faces on them, which is a feature that I noticed and I really liked. She has her ship parts on her back, of course, with a little sail, and it's strange that you've got a, diesel ship with a sail. And she's got some armaments on her thighs and some antennas on the back of her feet. And yeah, she is poi. Her hair fades to pink, so nice shading there. And yeah, she's got like a determined expression on her face, and she's trying to punch herself in the chin. But yeah, I think she looks pretty good. You can't really see it from this angle with this in the way, but she has a very, very short skirt that doesn't cover any of her ass, but she does have underwear on. But yeah, she looks pretty good, I think. And there's the, shark-faced torpedoes. So anyways, that is the Good Smile one. So now we'll switch over to the Broccoli one and look at her. So once again, she's got her ship parts, she's got her sails, she's got some torpedoes with flames coming out of their butts, and she has a different base, and hair still fades to pink, but not as gradual of a fade. And it looks like she's showing off some belly. This angle, the face doesn't look all that great. And she's got like a yelling expression on her face. The outfit doesn't seem to have as much shading detail in it. She doesn't look bad. Well, from this angle, her face does kind of look bad. But I'm definitely going to put my money on the Good Smile one. I'm not going to go ahead and buy the poi. But still, she's good. I kind of like this effect. Like the glass on the compass is being shattered by her foot. I just noticed that, and I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely a cool effect. The ship parts definitely don't look as detailed, and the sails aren't billowing. And it doesn't look like the torpedoes have as good of a face on them. It does still have the little eye, so maybe they do. Oh, so she does have like an interchangeable face because she's not shouting in this one. But yeah, I would say, just Moe, if you're going to buy a Udachi, I would recommend the Good Smile one. So next, Just Moe is asking which Hotaru he should buy. Sorry, but Team Saya all the way, Saya best girl. But since there is a criminally small, non-existent amount of figures for Saya, we make do with Hotaru from Dagashi Kashi. So this one is by Max Factory, 1A scale, and she is supposed to come out in July, and MSRP'd at 12,778 yen. And we're going to compare that with the Pulcra version of her. This one is a 1/7 scale figure, and she came out April 28th of 2017, and was MSRP'd at 13,800 yen. So just going between the two, and putting aside my dislike of Pulcra, even though I don't own any of their things, I would still say the Max Factory one would be the one I would get if I was into Hotaru instead of Saya. This one, I just don't like the pose, and I don't understand why she is in like a concrete tube. Doesn't really make sense to me. But anyways, let's look at their details. So she has some candy, of course, because the whole series is about candy. And she has some big boobs, nice shoes on her, and she's got her, devilish grin on her face, and a simple outfit. She always has had a simple outfit. The pose, not exactly the biggest fan of. Here you can see kind of she's sticking her butt out a little bit. But, I mean, it is what it is. Her top looks like it is very tight on her, and she is about to shoot a button into your eye. Nice little red bow tie on her. The eyes have some nice detail on there. There's a little bit of pink in there. And a little rose on her hair ornament. So yeah, you can see a little bit of booty going on under there. Looks okay. But like I said, Team Saya. And then if we are to look at the Pulchra one. So once again, no idea why she's in the sewer pipe. Her stockings are very shiny. And overall, the shading on her just kind of looks dollish or something. I don't know. Kind of like when I look at her, my eyes can't really focus on it. And she has some, deep sculpt lines around some things. A little bit of an armpit showing there. And a little bit of crotch shot going on. And the big boobs, of course, she has a tie in this figure instead of a little ribbon. The seam line between her arm and the sleeve is a little bit obvious in this picture. The rose has some nice detail in it, and you can take her out of the sewer tube. Yeah, it should have been something candy related. Maybe this is, but I really don't. Like I said, it looks like a sewer pipe to me. So it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, like I said, I would get the Max Factory one over the Pulchra one. Though her face does look okay. So this one already came out. Let's see if there's a good user picture right off the bat. And not really, so we'll look at this one. Yeah, the face looks totally different in this picture. So, yeah. Moving on. So we may have covered this one already, but we'll go over it again. So this is Graf Zeppelin from Kantai Collection. 1/7 scale figure by Aoshima and Funny Nights. And she is supposed to come out in July. And is pretty damn expensive at 18,800 yen. But we have to remember she is a ship girl and she has lots of ship parts. So let's look at her. So yeah, this is a little picture of her, and she is standing and has a little brass support rod behind her, and she has some ship parts and some guns and a little deck on an arm. And she has big boobs. Gotta have the big boobs. Nice white and red and black outfit. And there's lots of detail on the deck of the ship. You can see the individual boards. And she has some guns and some, shading on these ship parts. Looks like she has maybe some twin tails going on under her hat. And some stockings, some tights, I would say. And a hat. And a deck on an arm, which is hydraulically powered. So she looks okay. Kind of that same hard to focus on her because of the paint job, but doesn't look too bad or anything like that. And you can take her hat off. So finally get a better shot of her face. She has an anchor on her cape tie. Nice eyes, kind of a lazy expression, kind of, with the eyes half shut. But yeah, she looks okay. Not one that I would be purchasing anytime soon. So we'll move on. Like I said, pretty damn expensive. And I did something kind of horrible the other day. I went and I looked at all the pre-orders I have and I added up the price, and the number is very high. So I'm struggling with any new pre-orders, so I have to really think about them. But anyways, the last one that Just Moe is asking about is Musu from Kantai Collection. This is a 1/7 scale figure by Amakuni and distributed by Hobby Japan, so exclusive. She is supposed to come out in September and is priced at 15,000 yen. So we'll look at her. Once again, not the biggest fan of Musu. She's okay as a character, but she is what she is. She has a nice belly on her, and she has some nice boobs, and she has some horn antennas, and a short skirt, and some nice red stockings with an anchor wrapped around her leg. Not a fan of this style of the ship parts. They just kind of look too small. They're not as imposing as some of them, and it just doesn't look as good. You can get her with a little patch. And she has a butt crack, a very nice butt crack. Gotta love the butt crack. And boobs are kind of pointy. Hair has some detail sculpted into it, but not a whole lot, and a pretty obvious seam line that for some reason they couldn't cover with her hairband. And she has some gloves on, and a little bit of booty showing under her short skirt. So yeah, you get nice yellow eyes, nice belly. I mean, it's going to be a very good quality figure, and if you're a fan of Musu, you may be interested in this one. But I'm not the biggest fan of her, and I need to save money. So, like I said, I'm going to pass on it, but if you're interested in her, good luck finding her, because I'm sure she's sold out. So yeah, she looks okay. So yay. Have a wallpaper that I made. And another one that's Mio. So our next suggester, moving on, is Mitzer. And Mitzer has one suggestion, and this is Naruse Mio from Shimaimao no Keiakusha Burst, or Testament of a Noose of a whatever, I don't. It was a good show, but it's okay. So yeah, Mio is by Pulchra. Yay, Pulchra. 1A scale figure. She came out April 26th of 2016 and was priced at 11,852 yen. And I loved Mio as a character. Price has gone up a little bit, it looks like. But yeah, like I said, I loved Mio as a character. I loved her design. But she hasn't gotten any good figures, I don't think. And this definitely is not a good figure of her, in my opinion. It's not, even though she has her boobs out like this, and it is a very ecchi show with nipples all over the place, she is not cast offable. So yay. The face is kind of bland. And for some reason she has a yellow cloth. I don't know the significance of that, but all the characters by Pulchra from the show have that cloth. And yes, she just has her boobs out in a bra for no reason. So yay. They're very big boobs, not a very good shape to them. The hair looks okay. I like the red color hair. But yeah, like I said, not the biggest fan of this line. They just don't look good to me. There's Yuki. And she has some pink underwear on as well. So, yay. Like I said, not for me. She has a 9.22 rating, so the people that did buy her Yeah, they pretty much like her. Clues. Come on. I just wanted to look and see if there's a user picture. Let's see if she turned out okay. So yeah, still not the fan of the face. Eyes look okay, but the smile doesn't look the greatest. And the boobs are there, and they're big, and they're misshapen, so yay. I'm not sad that I did not buy this one. So the next suggester is Chalk Crow. Let's see what our buddy Chalk Crow is asking about this time. So this one almost made me go and put an age restriction on this one, but it is censored. So yay. There we go. This is a original character, Nakahara Tumuli, Tony Taka girl. It's a 1/7 scale figure by Native. So Native definitely does do adult figures. She is supposed to come out July 30th of 2017 and was priced at 14,815 yen. And yeah, she was exhibited at Wonder Festival 2017 summer. So yes, let's go ahead and look at her pictures. So she has a very giant umbrella. Looks like maybe fabric or paper. And she has a china or kimono dress on, I should say, and little strap around her thigh to hide the leg seam. And big boobs. Looks like she's drinking some sake. And she has some sandals on and a hand. And hair is kind of translucent, it looks like. She's sitting on a bench of some sort. And a little ribbon around her neck. So the kimono has a lot of detail and patterns in it, but it is very shiny. And overall, like the look of her, I'm not the biggest fan of. Like the face isn't the greatest and the hair isn't the greatest. But the kimono does look good, so she's got that going for her. And yeah, like I said, not the greatest face. Lots of hair in the back at least, but once again, not a fan of the color or how the translucent effect on this one. But she is cast offable, so she does have nipples. I'm not sure if the whole kimono comes off or if it's just, showing that little shot from this angle. And she has some underwear on, it looks like, which also comes off. At least I'm assuming, because I have seen the blinding light of doom in another picture. A nice detail in the bow on the back, nice pattern and everything. So yes, like I said, the blinding white light of doom. So her underwear comes off. No idea if she's sculpted down there, but since this is a native figure, I'm going to 99% guarantee yes. And there is the original artwork that she is based off of. Once again, I don't think the original artwork was very good, so kind of makes sense that the figure which they tried to match with it wasn't as good in my opinion. But like I said, that is my opinion. And you're welcome to have a different one. So the next one that Chalk Crow asked about is one that we have covered already, but I think I kind of glossed over at the time. It is Best Girl Utaha from Saikano. This is the 1/8 scale kimono version of her by Aniplex. And she is supposed to come out in February of 2018 and was priced at 12,037 yen. And 211 people have ordered her. So let's look at Best Girl Utaha. So, like I said in the last time I reviewed her, I'm not the biggest fan of this figure, even though it is Best Girl. I mean, the kimono and everything has lots of detail in there, but it's just kind of boring. It's a very simple figure. The umbrella has nice detail in it. lots of umbrella figures by Chakro. The hair ornament, it is what it is. And she is showing some cleavage. And like I said, it's a nice design on the kimono, but they're not very exciting to me. And yes, she has some very, very high sandals with some gaps in them. So she is trying to be tall. And she has some more hair ornaments on her and some nice cleavage. It appears to be her boobs are welded together. And lots of patterns on here. I'm guessing this is all like decals and not actual like painting, but I could be wrong about that. And she has a nice neck, nice and long. So yeah, like I said, I love Utaha, but we're gonna pass on this one. And I think they're making the whole set of the Saikano girls. And there's some Madoka figures with them as well. So anyways. And the next one that Chakro asked about is not an anime figure. This is by a sideshow figure. And this is Death Siren. And she is priced at $400. So yes. This seems to be how was I going to put this? Like a monstrous mermaid. So from the top, she doesn't look too ugly or horrible or anything. She looks good. Blue skin, little seaweed bra, and some hair ornaments and stuff, jewelry. Lots of muscles and bones in here. But as we move on, not used to this site. Her lower half is very nasty looking. And I just noticed she has like some mummies on her tail. But yes, hands are very evil looking. Very different contrast to her top half. So, not a fan of this figure, but there is a lot of detail in there, especially on the bottom part. You can see all the little fins and the little growths and everything. So if you like this, that is freaking expensive, but I know all of Sideshow's figures are expensive. And I mean, lots of muscle detail in her belly and on her ribs and everything. So she doesn't, the top half doesn't look too bad, but the bottom half is creepy, scary, which could be a good thing. Like I said, $400, limited edition, 1750 total being made. And she is 2 feet tall, or 60 centimeters, if you want to go into that. And 15 pounds, so pretty damn heavy. So shipping will be horrible. So yeah, this is more of a, like, it's not like a figure, it's more like an art piece. So if you like it, good for you. Not for me. So yay. I have another wallpaper with some underwear and boobs, and yay, she's cute. So our next suggester, we're getting through them, is Restrike. So, Restrike has one suggestion, and Restrike seems to think, for some reason, that Eriri is best girl. But Restrike is wrong. Utaha is best girl. But I am willing to forgive him because he mentioned he is going to have to buy Utaha as well to go with the set. So, as long as he's accepting her into his life. Anyways, Eriri from Saikano, 1/7 scale figure by Good Smile, and she's in her swimsuit. She is supposed to come out in May of next year, and is priced at 9,722 yen. So, yay. Like I said, Utaha, best girl. So, Eriri is in her bikini, and she is sitting in a swim ring with Blessing Software written on it. I like all the detail on the swim ring. It looks pretty dang good. And honestly, this figure does look pretty good as well. I'm not going to probably buy it. I do have the Utaha of the set ordered. I kind of like how her hair fades into this purple color. I think it works on this figure. And the red swimsuit pops against her, creamy white skin. And she has some wedge sandals on, which doesn't make sense when she is sitting in a swim ring. So you're kind of assuming she's floating down a lazy river. So those shoes are getting wet, and typically you would have bare feet on in that situation. She has some nice muscle definition in her belly and a nice waistline. This is not the greatest picture of her. And she has a little moe fang and nice blue eyes and some sunglasses and bracelets and everything. So I do think she has a good price. It's a little bit higher than Utaha's, but she does have this swim ring, so yay. Nice little baby doll jacket on. And some red bottoms that you can't really see. Hair, the back of the hair has some little bit of sculpting detail, not a terrible lot of it, but it wasn't overdone at least. And yeah, she has a very nice belly and crotch line. The face from this angle looks a little bit flat, but then again, we're not looking at it perfectly from the side, so you don't really see her nose sticking out. But yeah, she looks pretty good. And like I said, if you like her, buy the Utaha as well, and I will accept you into my life, because Utaha best girl. And if we scroll through, I didn't see it, but if we go to other pictures, we may, yes, there we go. There is the set that they are planning to make. You've got Utaha best girl, you've got Eriri, and you got Megumi, who has not been made yet. So anyways, that was Restrike's suggestion. And we have one more suggester who I've seen here today. It is Champ Huge Balls. Nice name. So yes, Champ has two suggestions. The first one is Sena, Kashiwazaki Sena from Boku wa Tomodachi ga Tsukinai, or Haganai. This is by Good Smile Company and is a 1/7 scale figure. And she came out May 9th of 2013, so 4 years old. And she was priced at 6,476 yen, which is a pretty damn low price. And she's actually going for a decent price in the aftermarket now, 7,000, 6,292. So yeah, price hasn't shot up or anything. So let's look at her pictures. So, not the biggest fan of the expression on her face, unfortunately. Sena is a pretty awesome girl. I like Yozora a little bit better, but Rika was best girl. But yeah, Sena wasn't bad either, and I think she got too much teasing. She has her butterfly hair clip and her school uniform, her big boobs, of course, and meaty thighs, and a meaty ass. Nice little detail going on there. The socks are a little bit plain, but I mean, they're socks. Some nice shading in her coat, and the school logo, and a tie flying up in the air. Yeah, Rika should have got a scale, but then again, she'd probably be fawning over some mecha thing. So yes, a plaid skirt. The plaid doesn't look like it was painted very well on this one. I mean, it's clean and everything, but I don't think they did the design quite right with all the pleats and everything. But this, like I said, is a 4-year-old figure, so they have improved since then. I think she would have looked a little bit better with maybe an open mouth, or if her eyes were shut. It's like she's running away from Yozora crying. I think that's the impression they're trying to get with this figure. But it didn't quite nail it for me. And her base kind of sucks. It's a plain white disc with the show name on it. So yeah. And she's kind of got a forward lean to her, so kind of looks like she might be about to face plant. So let's see, lots of user pictures. So let's see if they showed the important aspect of her, which, yes, they did. She has white underwear on. So yes. She's not totally bad looking, and that is a good price, so I think she would be an okay figure to buy if you really like her. But I'm going to pass on it. So the next one that Champ is asking about is Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. This is by Mega House and does not appear to have a scale, so she's non-scale. But she's 200 millimeters tall, 20 centimeters tall. I'm going to say probably 1/8 figure, maybe a little bit smaller. She is supposed to come out on the 29th, so in about 2 weeks. And she is priced at 9,250 yen. And maybe a little bit cheaper at the stores. So, not the biggest Dragon Ball fan, so I don't really know anything about this character. Since she is called Android 18, I'm guessing she's an android. She has some very large boobs. I think I've heard that they're kind of controversial, like they're not this big in the anime. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really watch it, so I don't know. She has a thick booty on her and some nice yellow socks. Lots of details in them. Very wrinkled. And looks like she has a pearl necklace, and not that type of pearl necklace. So yeah, some cleavage, some booty shot going on there. The jeans, I think they could stand to have a little bit of a texture on them, but the wrinkles are nice and the shading is nice. Lots of details in the hair. And she has a little thing, belt type thing going on, like a metal thing, gold thing. So Champ has confirmed she is not this busty in these series. So, yeah. And I do think that they overdid it a little bit. Like I said, if I had known that, I would have said it right out front. But yeah, I do think that they went a little bit overboard on it. And definitely a big butt. Overall, though, the quality looks okay. But as Champ pointed out, a lot of people are upset. So we'll see how she sells and everything. She does have the super big forehead of Dragon Ball fame, so there is that. And like I said, lots of details in the hair. Lots of sculpting there. So yeah, not a figure for me. And if we just look down at the comments... Saw a photo, but... So yeah. Some people like her, some people don't. So yeah, we'll move on. Nice wallpaper. Love this one too. One day I will play the game that this is from, because I love the art style. So I believe we are done with these suggestions. So we have me, of course. And once again, this was not a very popular or very active week for figure releases, at least in my opinion. So I kind of picked out a few of them. The first one is Ilya, Beast Style, the white version of her. from Fate Collide Liner Ilia Prisma Ilia 2A Hertz. She is 1A scale figure and is by Aquamarine, as is supposed to come out in September. This is a recolor of a previous version where she was black instead of white. And Ilya is quite cute, I think. Not going to get this figure. She is priced at 9,360 yen at AmiAmi. But like I said, she's cute, but it's not really like my style of figure that I want. I do think that the white version of her looks better than the black version. And she has some puffy things on her wrists and her neck and her ankles. Nice puffy, nice pink, lots of details, and some fluffy ears. And she's got a little kind of embarrassed expression on her face. And a very small bikini type swimsuit on with a tail on it and a bell. So yay. The back of the hair, not a whole lot of sculpting detail on it, and it does have a little bit of a shading effect to a darker brown. And some more bells, and she has a belly and very small chest because she is a young girl. Well, homunculus or whatever you want to say. But a little bit of a booty on her. I do like the shading on the paw pads. Looks kind of nice. And she has a fluffy pillow base. So yeah, like I said, I think the white version of Ilya looks better than the black version, but I'm still going to pass on it. Next one that I saw this morning is Pepperoni from Girls und Panzer, the movie. This one is by Fat Company. Fat. Pepperoni is supposed to come out January of 2018, and she is priced at 10,880 yen. And she has either a submarine type thing or a pizza. I'm going to guess it's a pepperoni pizza. And she has a bikini on. So yay. Let's look at her pictures. So, I think that's supposed to be a blow-up Zeppelin. So if you haven't watched Girls und Panzer, I highly recommend it. The show was great. The movie was great. It's surprising how good it was, I think. Pepperoni didn't really play a huge role in it, but she is there. She has a very big grin on her face with teeth, but they're not like individual teeth. Champ, I am not happy that Jibril got delayed. I was looking forward to her. I knew she was going to be delayed, but that also is what caused me to look at my pre-orders and the prices and everything because, yeah, I now have 2 very expensive orders coming. Anyways, Pepperoni. Hair is kind of flat. She has a nice face on her. I do think they could have sculpted the teeth a little bit better. And she has some nice boobs and a nice belly. Very nice belly. And nice legs. And I'm trying to figure out what this is. Is it a little tank shooting something, or is it a shovel, or what? I'm guessing this is a shovel because she is making a sandcastle tank, it looks like. And the blow-up Zeppelin is what it is. It doesn't look the greatest to me, but like I said, it is what it is. And I like how her shorts are very loose. And from this angle, if you kind of just look at it through some blurry eyes, like you just woke up, it almost looks like she might be cast-offable, but it's her yellow bikini blending into her skin. Lots of detail on her back and her butt crack. Toes look to be pretty nicely sculpted and everything. And she has a little bit of a braid going on there. There's a little bit of a more close-up shot of her. So yeah, there's a little bit of shading in her mouth, but like I said, if they had just put a line in there to separate the top and bottom teeth, it would have been a little bit better. And there she is bringing us lunch. Yes, she is a happy girl for sure. So not a bad price, it looks like. Probably I'm going to pass on it, but she caught my eye this morning. And the last one that I added to the list is Shiro from No Game No Life by Kotobukiya, and she is getting a re-release. There was a previous one, but she's supposed to come out again in November of 2017. And since it's Kotobukiya and not Fat, I believe she will come out in November. If it was Fat, I would say June of next year. Because Fat doesn't know how to get figures out on time. So Shiro is up for 9,360 yen. And like I said, by Kotobukiya, 1/7 scale figure. And she is not Jibril. I love Jibril. Shiro was okay. This one, I'm not the biggest fan of this figure, but it's not a bad figure at all. And I know a lot of people love her. Her hair has so many different colors in it, but the original release, the top of her head, the hair had some pretty bad sculpting lines in it on some people's figures, so there is that possibility. The crown looks very good, and Shiro is holding a chess piece, and there is another one on her base. She is sitting on a chessboard, and the base is a chessboard. Chess is a very big theme in No Game No Life. Shiro is a 11-year-old girl, so she is very flat-chested and everything. The face, I'm not the biggest fan of the face on this one. I think they made her forehead a little bit too big, and that's probably the main thing making me not want to buy this figure. Well, that and you can, yeah, I know. I was just about to say you can cast off her skirt, and she has some shimapan on under there. And a lot of people love this stocking effect, how it's like falling off of her foot, but I don't necessarily care for that. I like this one that is nice and tight and all the way on, but I mean, it does kind of fit her character and her personality because it's, she's too lazy to pull it up because she only cares about games and her brother, Sora. So yeah. And in the anime, the hair was not this multicolored. It was all like the bluish, but I think that's just because, it was animation and it's hard to do that effect. Jibril also has the multicolored hair, but I think Jibril looks better. And Champ has said that Fat Shiro is better. I kind of agree with that, but I don't like how she's holding the globe in front of her face. So yes, there is Shiro again from the back. Lots of hair, lots and lots of hair. So yeah. Like I said, I'm going to pass on this one again, but a lot of people love her. And since we can, let's go back to MSC. And we will go to Shiro Kotobukiya. You want me? I suppose I can take it. If I can call everyone else wrong, I suppose I can be wrong sometimes. But if we go to MSC and we go to the trusty users and we say show me 8 rows and we scroll down and we pop to the last page and we scroll down. I'm trying to find a picture for you guys. At least the people that don't have her or don't know. I know they are here, There it is. Have some Shima Pan. It doesn't really make sense that her skirt is cast-offable, but it is. So, yay. So, yeah. So that's all the suggestions that have been made so far and everything that I had picked out. Does anyone have any that they want me to look at real quick? I'll give you some time to catch up. Ooh, Tamamo. Tamamo. Gotta love Tamamo. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much popping up, so yay. So let's go ahead and close this off. This has been episode 20 of Let's Browse. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Bye-bye. Ah, you caught me before I closed it. I have done Next Purple before, but we will just come up here real quick. If I can type correctly. I think I have her in one of my lists. So, nice to think about. Yeah, I put her in a list just to keep track of her. I'm not going to buy this one. I mean, from the pictures I've seen, she does look very good, but I'm not the biggest fan of the next form of her. But this is Purple Heart, the next Purple Heart version of her, from Shinjiken game Neptune Victory 2. And she is by Vertex and is 1/7 scale, and she is supposed to come out next month. And she is ridiculously expensive at 24,800 yen. And yeah, let's look at her pictures real quick. So the paint looks amazing on her, but I'm not the biggest fan of the chunky boots or the outfit of her. And her boobs are kind of a little bit strange too. But like I said, Purple Heart is best heart. She has a very big processor unit on her back, and it looks to be held up by some support rods. And there she is without all the processor stuff. So she doesn't have the chunky boots on, but like I said, still not the biggest fan of the outfit. And her boobs are very awkward. She has some translucent hair on. So there's a comparison between the two ways you can display her, with or without the processor units. I just think they made everything a little bit too big on her. But, I mean, look at that paint job. That paint job is amazing. So if you buy her, I think you'll be happy. I do have one Vertex figure, which is Tart. Tart was a pain to put together because nothing fit properly. But I love the way that she's sculpted, and I love the way she's painted. So I think Next Purple is going to turn out beautiful, but she may have some assembly issues. Just be warned. And she is freaking expensive. And there is a booty shot. And a back shot. Once again, clear plastic look. Nice paint on there. Very yummy, but yeah, I'm passing on this one. But yeah, she does look good, and it is Purple Heart. So yay. So anyways, I think we're done. So we'll go ahead and close it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a Tamamo. I'm out. Bye bye.